And hello! Hello, July! Boy, I can't believe it's already halfway through the month. Didn't it just start? I tell you, I wish I had that, like when we were in elementary school and like the summers just like drug and time was slightly different. Now it's just faster and faster. Slow down! I thought I'd do a mid-July checkpoint just to see how everyone is doing. I haven't bought any, but I have been reading a lot of books so far. Finally, I seem to have made it over that slump that I've been having. I think it's one of those things whenever you get a couple books you're like, about it, it takes a while to rev back in, and it just takes a couple good ones to get through. I did splurge and I got at Target the Marriage Season. This is number 3 of that Bride series of Linda Lale Miller I've been talking about. So one of the first times I've actually been able to complete a trilogy of sort of the romance style, because usually I lose track of them and then I never find the belongings with them. So I'll talk about them at a later point this month, because I got through the one and I'm almost through that one. This book I also picked up at Target. It was, I think, around $7.60, and it was in the young adult section, and I hadn't heard anything about this one, but it just, honestly, I bought it because the cover looked interesting, and I also liked the idea of the story. This book is a little something different, and it's by Sandy Hall. This is a sort of college student romance that is blossoming, but it's told not from them, but from the point of view of those around them. So one of their English teachers, another student, a roommate or two, the bus driver, a food delivery guy. I'm trying to see if I can remember everyone. There's, I think, 14 different people talking about them. Oh, the Starbucks clerks, they were talked about, and the best characters are the ones that you wouldn't anticipate to be so fabulous. The bench and the squirrel. I'll just do a quick little mini review of this right now and say, right off the bat, this is actually one of the best books I've read in a very long time. It was so entertaining. I loved the bench character and I loved the squirrel, and they put the little squirrel here. Who would have thought inanimate objects, well, at least one of them was, and then an animal, could be such fantastic characters in a book. They were awesome. Like, everything about this book I thought was so interesting, even though it was a bit of a lark, which is sort of what I was looking for. It was done in such a way that I started reading this at like 11 o'clock at one night. Just I thought, oh, I'll get a chapter and see what I think of it. And I was instantly like, I cannot put this down, and I didn't stop reading till like 2 in the morning. So, but totally worth it. Because it was just one of, and I'm loath to use the word cute, but it was just such a cute premise. And I'm not saying that in a negative, like, oh, it's so cute. No, it's just such a cute concept. And so well executed. I think this was her first book, and I really, really, really hope that she writes more, because I really loved this book. I am giving this one a 5 out of 5. This might be a 6 out of 5. I loved it that much. I liked that it was just a little bit different, even though it was the same sort of concept that's out there. It was just well thought out. I loved every character. Even there's this one co-student who's such a grump the whole time, but he just cracked me. Everything about this book, I would just sit there and I would laugh out loud on occasion, because there would just be such funny parts. Just really well written. The main characters, Leah and Gabe, or Leah, depending, I guess, on how you would pronounce it. They are in the same creative writing class. They get the same pop culture references, order the same Chinese food, and hang out in the same places. Unfortunately, Leah is a little aloof, Gabe is a little shy, and it looks like they are never going to work things out. But something is happening between them, and everyone can see it. The creative writing teacher pushes them together. The baristas at the local Starbucks watch their relationship like a TV series. The bus driver tells his wife about them. The waitress at the diner automatically seats them together. Even the squirrel who lives in the college at the diner, oh sorry, that was the wrong line. Even the squirrel who lives in the college green believes Leah and Gabe were meant to be together. So fall in love with falling in love with this book. Ah, gosh. If you have $7 to spare and you're near Target, I highly recommend you pick that up. It was just really an adorable book from start to finish. So, and there was some nice little plot twists and such, so it kept it really fresh. So that one was the light and airy book of July so far. This one is the sort of dark and suspenseful book of the summer that I've gotten so far. This is The Blondes by Emily Schultz. I posted a link, I think, a while ago for the MIT list of summer reading, and this book was on there, and it sounded really interesting, so I wanted to pick it up. I'm only probably a third to a quarter way through it, but what happens is there's a plague-like, zombie-like infestation going around, and it is only women who are affected by it, and only women who are blonde or have dyed their hair blonde, which sounds really weird, but I haven't gotten that far into the story. The sort of outbreak has just happened, so I don't know what's causing it, but so it doesn't matter if you're natural or a dyed blonde. Apparently it's going to go for you, and it turns you into this sort of zombie-y murderer type person. But it's told from a point of view from this one woman. I don't remember her name. I'm so bad with this. Hazel Hayes. So Hazel Hayes is in New York City. She was working on, I think it was either her master's or her PhD, and the outbreaks start up, and then she's making her way back home to Canada. Very entertaining so far. I'm going to be reading this in the daytime because I did read this one night, and then I had like a zombie dream, and y'all know I hate that. That's why I stopped reading World War Z back in the day. So I'm going to switch to the daytime beach reading with this one, but it's really good so far, and I can see why it was on one of the recommended lists. So if this sounds like your type of genre, I would also recommend checking that out. That is it thus far for my July. Definitely, if you're in the mood for something light and airy and very fun and larky, do check out Something Different, or Little Something Different. That was a really enjoyable read. Very entertaining. That would be my word for that one. And I'll let you know what I think of the Linda Lael books in a little bit once I finish the third one, and as well the Blondes once I finished that one up, but that one seemed pretty interesting. So have you been reading anything interesting lately this summer? I'm still on the prowl for good books. I think I'm going to go to Frederick one of these days to check out Curious Iguana and see what they have. And I am curious about Go Set the Watchman, but I didn't actually like pre-order or anything, so I'll just pick it up on the shelf at some point when the madness has died down for it. Alright, I hope you're having a deliciously wonderful July, and I will see you next time. Bye.